Alright, listen the fuck up, everyone.
Huh?
I have had it with all of the comments asking me, where are the tabs? Why won't you upload the tabs? Well, guess what?
What?
I never made tabs with my DMC3 Nevan guitar moves fucking video, okay? I never made tabs. I figured all that shit out. You wanna know how? With these! I use my fucking ears!
Oh my god!
And you can too. So do it. But if you're still here, fuck. Okay. All right. Listen. I know you fuckers. Okay. I know you fuckers because I am you fuckers. Right. We're all guitar players allegedly. And I can tell you, time after time, I myself have gone online and asked for tabs for songs that, guess what? I've never played. I've never even tried to play. And I got those tabs, never did a thing with them. Because I'm lazy and I have ADHD and autism, but that's beside the point. Anyways, I'm not going to take the time to write out tabs that I never made in the first place. So, we're going to redo this video. We're going to redo the Nevan guitar abilities video, but I'm going to slow everything down so that you guys can just follow along in the video instead of asking me where the tabs are at, because they don't exist. But keep in mind, if you're going to learn this, you need to have some fundamentals already figured out. You need to know how to alternate pick. You also need to know how to do string skipping while alternate picking. You need to know how to do hammer-ons and pull-offs, and sometimes do these a consecutive number of times, which we call legato. You also need to know how to do two-handed tapping. If you got those down, then you should be fine to learn the Nevan stuff. But if you don't, you need to work on those first, okay?
Okay!
Because if you don't have the fundamentals down, you're not going to be able to do fucking shit. Okay. Let's go to the guitar playing. Alright. We're back, I guess. Back in this room. So yeah. Let's just get this over with so I can fulfill my obligations to you people. Alright, so first move's going to be tune-up. Basically, to do that move on real guitar, you're just going to take a B power chord shape. This is a 7-string guitar, so do not look at this string. We're just going to focus on the other 6. E, A, D, G, B, E. This is a bad time to get Discord messages. As I was saying, on a 6-string guitar, standard tuning, E, A, D, G, B, E, from lowest string to highest, very basic stuff. If you don't know that, you really shouldn't be watching this video. Excuse me. Anyways, so for the first move I showed in the previous video, volume up, we're just doing a B power chord shape, which is going to be on the A string, that's your 5th string. You're going to do 2nd fret, and then on the D and G strings, you're going to do 4th fret. You're just going to play those as a single chord with your volume completely off. You're going to strum that, and then after you strum the chord, you're going to slowly turn your volume up like this. You can also just do the 2-string variation of this, so you don't need the low B as the root note. You can just do the 2 on the 4th fret that I showed you, the D string and G string, so doesn't make too much of a difference, quite honestly. Next up is going to be, just like in the previous video, we're just going to do these all in the same order, pretty much. So yeah, this is the breakdown for combo 1. On your A string, your 5th string, you're going to do 5, 7. You're going to hammer on from 5 to 7. So strum 5, hammer on to 7, and then you're going to do an open E chug with a little bit of palm mute, right, like this. So it's going to go ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And then from there you have two options for the ending to that, right? There's the first one that I played before. And then there's the second version. I'm going to show you both, and then I'm also going to show you a slightly easier way to play it if you don't like this particular positioning on the fretboard. So, the way that I originally did it, again, this is all learning by ear, so it doesn't fucking matter. But after you do the hammer-on 5-7, you're going to do a power chord up here, starting on the D string at 5th fret. Now, because you're starting on the D string, it's a 3-note power chord. Instead of going 5-7-7, you're going to do 5-7-8, because there's that weird interval between G and D. Since it's only 4 semitones instead of 5, you got to compensate. So D string 5, G string 7, B string 8. So again, 5-7, open, 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 5-7, open, open, 5-7-8, along D, G, and B strings. Now the second way you can end that, instead of playing that chord, you can instead do a pull-off from the 8th fret B string to the 5th fret B string. So again, you pluck the 8th fret, and then with your pinky, whatever finger you're using to reach, you pull off. Try not to hit the other string while you're doing it. That's a good tip. A little bonus, if you want, you can give that string a little bit of vibrato as you're doing the pull-off. Helps give it a little more pizzazz, in my opinion. Raises your style meter. Very important. Now, if you're too much of a little bitch to play it that way, you can also play up. Go away. You can also play that up here. So instead of going 5-7 on the A string, you can do 10-12 on the E string. And then, alternatively, that first ending with the chord, you can then do on the A string 10, next two strings 12-12. Or likewise, for the second ending, on the G string, you can do 12-9. Fuck, if you really wanted to, you could do like, hang on. You could do like open G and the 3rd fret B and E, and then open, 3rd fret E, open E. But that's like if you're really fucking stupid. Alright, next we have combo 2, which was this minor pentatonic lick that I mentioned in the last video. My camera looks really blurry. What the fuck is that? Can we get focus? There we go. Okay. So, this will alternate from an ascending pattern to a descending pattern depending on R and G when you're playing the game. So, it's important you know how to play it both ways. So, this is where your legato skills will really come in handy. It's a 3-note per string legato. It's very basic as far as legato techniques go, but it's also played really fast, so you'll want to practice this slow. So on the B string, you'll do 12, 14, 15. So again, you're just plucking the first note there, 12, and then you're hammering on 14, 15. And then immediately after that, you do the same thing on the E string, 12, 14, 15. And then, likewise, if you want to play that descending, you're going to start on the E string, pluck 15, and then pull off to 12, well, 14, 12. Do the same thing on the B string. Fuck. And then if you want to do the hyper combo version, you just kind of have to spam that back and forth. That's a very sloppy version. But however you want to, whenever you want to end that, you're just going to play 15 on both strings at the same time as a chord. So you get it. I showed you the numbers. Okay, next move. I forgot to show you the very last part of that combo too. Once you're done doing that and you hit the 15s, then you come down, you play an open E power chord, which is just E, second fret, second fret. So, there you go. Alright, combo 3, very straightforward. You're just gonna go from, on the A string, 10, G string, or sorry, D string, G string, 12, 12, 10, 12, 12. You're just gonna play as a single chord, and then just slide that chord down. The windmilling motion is optional, but if you're performing for visual appeal as well, you want to give it a good, whatever. Alright, and if you want to do the next move that I explained in my previous video, you're just gonna do a pick scrape, very basic. You're gonna take your pick, you're gonna scrape it, and I fucking hate pick scraping because it just feels wrong to me and my weird brain. So I'm not going to do that again. For any moves that require pick scraping, just figure it out. That's all I'm going to say. Alright, and then as I explained before the last cut, I'm not doing any more moves that require pick scraping because I just don't like it, personally. So I did explain in the previous video how the ending to Bat Rift, even though it starts off with all pick scraping, it does end with a little tapping section. So all that is you're going to hold on to the 15th fret of the E string, and then you're going to pluck that, hammer on to the 16th fret with your middle finger, and then I like to use my middle finger on the right hand, and I will just tap the 17th fret on the E string. So again, 15, 16, oh, did I say 17? Fuck, I meant 19. 15, 16, 19. And that's the ending to Bat Rift. Alright, so for the next move, which I believe is called Distortion, like I said, you need a whammy bar. Guess what? I still don't have a whammy bar. But I'll still show you how to play this without a whammy bar. So, you start off doing this pentatonic tapping thing up here on your E string. It's just going to be 12, 15, 17. So again, hold down the 12 with your index, use your ring finger to hammer on to the 15, and then use your right hand to tap the 17. And then to end that, you just play an E power chord. You can do it right here, which is A 7, 9, 9 from the A string to D, G. It is a bit of a fast transition you have to do, so you really should practice that again slow. And then after you hit that power chord, you're going to take your neck, you're going to push it away from you, and you're going to take your guitar body and you're going to push it towards you. This is going to slightly detune the guitar to make that sort of whammy effect we're looking for. If you are fast enough, an easier way or a more pronounced way to get that lower whammy effect after you do the tapping, you can also do that power chord shape down at the 2nd fret on the D string, and then the 4th fret G, 5th fret B, and then you can kind of hear, you can get it a little bit more detuned that way. But again, it's a lot harder because you got to slide down really fast. I even missed a couple notes there, you see? So, you know, do with that what you will. And then guess what? If you were able to do the last one I showed you, you can do the last one I showed in the video because it's literally just the ending power chord. So, there you go. I hope this was informative for you. I hope that you actually do something with what I taught you to be a better example than I was at the start of my video. And by the way, since I did you a favor, why don't you do me a favor and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and if you're really feeling up for it, you should check out my album that I released 2 years ago called Christmas Till You Die. Oh, my eye itches. I plugged it in the last video I did about this exact same topic, playing Nevan's shit on real guitars, and I don't think you guys went to see my album. So yeah, maybe you could do that. Okay.